Okay. And since the last match kind of came a little quicker than we had hoped, we have Curtis Taylor playing Storm. I'm assuming red-blue.
Yeah, red-blue Storm.
And returning Chris Gorski playing his 5-color humans. Now, Curtis won 1-0, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
He won the first game.
So everything is correct on that you see on the screen. Now, Gift Storm. When I played Storm, it was just the old red-blue Pyromancer Ascension.
Yeah, that was
the old days. Back when Ojazzy-tron was only red and green. There was no blue Tron, I don't think, at that time.
Yeah, no, the current Gift Storm lists do not have Pyromancer Ascension. They run Baral alongside of Goblin or Electromancer. And their goals are basically to just fire off a ton of rituals, fire off Gifts Ungiven, go get a suite of rituals, Manamorphose, more Gifts Ungiven, a Pass in Flames, and probably the Grape Shot, and just play out of the graveyard until you get a lethal Grape Shot. Unfortunately, 5-color humans is pretty bad matchup. Because they run...
Like we saw the Meddling Mage, call Grape Shot. And they also plays... Is it Staticaster too, I believe?
He can. That will definitely come in for the... if he brings in the
Empty the Warrens,
Staticaster can deal with that. But he has, I think, main deck Thalia, which is terrible for Gift Storm to deal with. He has... We saw the Ether Sworn Cannon.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
Like,
and that was I believe in sideboard too, and he brought that in against 8-rack.
It could be sideboard, could be mainboard, probably sideboard. He has Kitesteel Freebooters to strip cards out of his hand. Like, this is a very bad matchup for Gift Storm. That is one of the biggest things for 5-color humans, is it came out when Storm was on top because it had a great game one against Gift Storm.
Now, we were unable to see exactly Gift Storm going off and winning, but that had to have been really close.
Yeah. I'm assuming Chris couldn't find any of his Thalias.
Thalias or Meddling Mages, unless they don't run the main board.
I'm not sure what he runs main board. I think Meddling Mage is probably main board. He's probably... I don't know if he's running... Because there are lists that are just for Meddling Mage mainboard. So I do not know what type of deck or what version Chris is playing tonight. But I do not think... Most Gift Storm decks cannot get a Meddling Mage off the board game one.
Right, because they took the Lightning Bolts out. Because why run Bolt if you're not having Pyromancer Ascension to continuously copy them and burst more down?
Yeah, no, the only way to actually deal with a creature game one is going to be Grape Shot. So Meddling Mage on Grape Shot game one will just end the game. Looks like they're looking at their hands for game two. Is that I think a Cavern of Souls for Chris Gorski there.
He has a couple lands, and there it is. Cavern of Souls.
They're both keeping. There's a Thalia, I think. It looks like a Thalia, the first card.
I believe so. Sleight of hand.
We got a Spirebluff Canal into a sleight of hand. It looks like a Pyretic Ritual, and I couldn't see... Well, Pyretic Ritual's going to the bottom, so I do not know what he kept. Mana Strider is the draw for Chris Gorski.
Oh, Mana Strider. Oh, and Meddling Mage.
There's Meddling Mage.
There's Meddling Mage. But if you're Curtis, you see that he's playing human, so you got to put in Empty the Warrens. You have to.
And I'm sure he's got Lightning Bolts in from the sideboard. They usually run at least 2 or 3. So I can guarantee you those are in. There's the Freebooter. Gonna strip a card. Shattering Spree. There's a little spice.
I guess for the Aether...
It hits the Aether Vial, and it hits Ether Sworn Cannonist.
Yes, it does.
Is that a Grape Shot in his hand? Yep. And 2 Manamorphose. Grape Shot's going into the Freebooter. Noble's going to get in there for 1.
First blood. And he took his grape shot. Well, now, do you feel comfortable as Chris Gorski knowing that that grape shot is just gone for now? Because I don't know how many Gift Storm runs. Probably around 2. 3?
I don't know how many are in after board. Usually trim on grape shot after board.
Because you know that's going to get hit by Meddling Mage, probably.
Well, if you're bringing in Empty the Warrens.
That too. There is a Thalia. That is a Thalia in his hand. I think he's just gonna play her.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'll be a very difficult card for Curtis to deal with. Yep.
Now, do you play Meddling Mage and say Lightning Bolt? To keep Thalia on board. Because Thalia, that he can't do that. No.
I think you meant to play the Meddling Mage.
Yes. Well,
yeah, there it is.
Surprise, surprise, Curtis. You got a free look at his hand. And
no, that's actually a really good name with that card. Because the only other cards that he could have to interact with would probably be like an Echoing Truth or Wipe Away, because they have they need bounce for non-permanence. Because the only other card that's in the sideboard for creature removal is going to be Lightning Bolt. Be nice to know what he named, but
I think if they're playing something like that, we should have them have like a piece of paper to
normally that's
write
what you
underneath
do.
it. Yeah.
Fortunately, it does not look like they have that available to them downstairs right now. Well, looks like he fetched Intern, got a Steam Vents. Playing Delta. What is this? 2 mana Serum Vision.
I think Curtis is at 16.
Alright, get that updated.
Do you want me to
What?
do the
It's already done.
life thing? Oh, whatever. No, I want the mouse. So we have Windswept Teeth coming in for Chris Gorski. Is this another one? Oh, nope, that is the one before.
No, there's the Mana Strider. This is not looking good for Curtis. I think we may be going to a game theory.
I would believe so, too. I mean, you have a fetch land with we have 3, 4, 5,
It's a turn,
6, 7.
8 damage.
8 damage.
So we got a 2-turn clock.
With a Thalia on board, I
Three-
don't think Curtis can pull out game 2. But I think after sideboard and him going first, do you think Gift Storm should be black to go with some removal and or some hand disruption? If you know you're in a meta, because I saw a good bit of humans, I saw a couple aggro decks. Do you think that would be? Oh, and there's Canonist. So if
There's
there's a scoop.
And there's every creature that we named earlier that are terrible for a Gift Storm player.
Yes. So that was. I'm gonna message Ryan and see if they could have them do.
Yeah, no, I think this is just a really, really tough matchup for Gift Storm. On the play turn 3, they might be able to pull something if Humans does not have a Thalia, or an Aetherstorm Canonist, or a Freebooter.
So if you're in Chris Gorski's shoes, what would you have said for Meddling Mage?
I would have said Lightning Bolt.
I would have as well.
Knowing
because the Grape Shot's not going to do much if you already have Thalia on board, and you know Thalia's in your hand. And the Gifts player is probably not going to try to semi-combo off just to get rid of that Meddling Mage or whatever to get your Grape Shot back, because that seems like it's such a waste of resources.
Oh, no, I would do that.
You would?
Heartbeat, yeah. That's one of the benefits of this Gift Storm deck. When you can actually get, like, the
they have run Past in Flames.
Yeah.
It's not... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Especially since I said that I used to play Storm and we played Past in Flames. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. We all know.
Listen, I normally only play casually with like Commander and stuff. So if we get a Commander stream up here, we could sit up here for 5 hours and just
play half a game.
Play half a game, yeah.
I do not know how well that would go. Not to mention there would be many more cameras that we would need.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. No.
Well, we can set up a Patreon account or GoFundMe. We can do multiple things. We could just have Ron just shell out the money to do this. Ron, we need more money. Our budget needs to go up.
Do not know how much he'll be into shelling out a ton of money just to get Commander.
Oh, he'd love it. But I did message Ryan, and they will now have a pen and paper down there to, if they have anything that they have to name.
That's good.
So they can write it down.
Yeah, that is the one thing I do enjoy, having my boogie board there.
Yes.
Whenever I'm on the camera, I'll still have the boogie board there to track life and to write anything down for the commentators if something needs to get named.
Yeah, help us out. We can't hear you down there.
Oh man.
So I didn't see if they sideboarded or not. If you're Chris, I think I would just keep it the same. He drew his Thalia, he drew his Meddling Mage, he draws everything. He has the greatest luck when it comes to drawing stuff, as we saw in the last game. Every card that got picked out, he just drew it right back. Like his deck just said, "Okay, you drop this. You drop this in the bin. I found this for you." And we have, I think, a freebooter in Chris Gorski's hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think Chris probably needed to do too much in the way of sideboarding. Their main board is really well set up to deal with the Gift Storm deck.
And there's that turn 2 Manus Rider. The 2-mana Manus Rider. And a Noble Hierarch? Well, that can be a turn 2. Yeah. That could be a turn 2.
Although against Gift Storm, he'll probably want to get a freebooter or a Thalia in play.
Yeah.
Manus Rider is going to be the last card you really want to play to actually just finish the game out.
I guess we're calling humans.
Yeah.
And Aether Vow. Ooh. Well, Shatterstorm, or whatever it was. Shattering Spree. Shattering Storm was the buyback one. The insanely expensive buyback one. So Curtis goes to 19. He fetches a island off Polluted Delta.
I'm betting he probably has Brawl or Electromancer right here. He didn't have a turn 1
play either. Oh,
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just as... We got a Goblin Electromancer out on the board. And if anything, that is a 2/2 blocker.
Technically, you are correct. But right now, he needs to play his freebooter or his Thalia. He needs some way to interact.
Oh, there's the freebooter.
We get to see his hand now.
Ooh, Lightning Bolt, Grape Shot, and Manamorphose with 2 lands.
Alright, well, he is not in any danger of
Do you take
dying.
the Grape Shot so he'd waste the Lightning Bolt on that to get it back instead of it going upstairs?
I would take the Lightning Bolt to make him use the Grape
Shot early.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think I would have waited until the end of his turn. Until the end of Curtis's turn to put in Noble Hierarch.
That is fair, although I do not know how much it will actually change Curtis's decisions. So I don't think he's really losing much. Well, I take that back. Now it'll be available for him to kill with a Grape Shot right now.
Yeah.
So Probably a more ideal play would be to wait until he fired off the Grape Shot and then put the Noble Hierarch in play.
Because now it's Storm Count 2, I believe.
Yes.
Well, it would be Storm Count 2. And Goblin Electromancer, I mean, all he has to do is find another blue spell and he can... Is it a 2/2 flyer?
No, it's a 1/1.
It's a 1/1?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he could just get rid of both of them.
Yeah, he's got them both covered right now.
And he only has to pay 1 red.
Yeah, so he could fire off another Seer Visions or a Sleight of Hand, any type of card draw spell.
Or Manamorphose, too. Bam.
Oh, wow.
And is he getting out dice for us?
Oh,
Oh, you're such a champion. Curtis, thank you. Oh, there's the red, so he gets a 1/1. Seems...
I did not... I don't know if I would have fired off the Manamorphose unless he drew like a Gibson Given.
Well, does he know that Manamorphose only costs... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The one was... I guess his hand was blocking the islands, so I thought he, like, tapped out.
Yeah.
So he has...
2 mana is pulled right now.
Oh, man, do you think he could just go off now? If he, like,
I don't
drew?
think so. Like, his hand... He did not have a lot of mana producers in his hand. Like... So I do not think he's not going to be able to kill him. Unless he drew a Empty the Warrens. Even then, I'd rather just fire off a Grape Shot.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about the use of Manamorphose right now.
Yep, there's a Grape Shot.
Yeah.
1/1. And your bolt comes back. Kept it warm for him. And cracks for 2.
I'm gonna check. I'm pretty sure Freebooter's a 1/1.
I don't know if it's my eyes going or if the stream is just like a little bit blurry.
Oh no, it's a 1/2. My mistake.
It's a 1/2?
Yes, it is a 1/2. I thought it was a 1/1.
And I think Chris was... Well, he did play Serum Visions into Manamorphose.
Fair enough.
Yes. So he did... and here's Mana Strider.
That makes a lot more sense now.
So fast.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do not think it will not be fast enough to actually race. If he actually has the ability to go off. His hand looked pretty weak, unfortunately, the last time I saw it.
Well, he did draw off Manamorphose, so we didn't see that. And he does have a Bolt in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, he got his bolt back.
So he does have that.
So he does have an answer to the Mana Strider.
But man, does that Aether Vial on 2, I'd be so worried if I was Curtis, because all he has to do is, as soon as he thinks that he's going to start comboing, boom, Aetherstone Canonist, Thalia, just... Ooh. Well, now I would feel a little bit better if I was Curtis.
Yeah.
It's at 3, unless Thalia's in his hand. I don't believe so. Is that another Mana Strider in his hand? No, it's not. Okay, so he just sits for 3.
Yeah, most of the extremely problematic cards out of Farcalc Humans is going to be at the 2 slot. So, not having that at instant speed.
There is a champion of the Parashout. Man, 5-color Humans is just so synergistic. Like, it doesn't seem like it, because you just have it just seems like you're just throwing out a bunch of... Oh, Chris Gorski's throwing out... Fiend Hunter.
Yeah, there goes the cost reducer, so...
Well, I mean, Bolt does... How much is it? A 2?
It's a 1/3.
It's a 1/3?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you kind of waste a resource to get it back. And it still goes up on your storm count, but it just doesn't go upstairs.
Yeah. And it means he's not going to be able to take care of that Mana Strider. So so that can cut down on the draw steps. Looks like they finally remembered the counter on champion. Yes.
I mean, sometimes when you're just in the moment, you just kind of forget your triggers.
Yeah, and it looks like Curtis let him have it.
Yeah.
Good guy, Curtis.
Curtis, good job. It is also Friday Night Magic, so it's not like it's a PPTQ or however many letters you can throw in for a magic event.
I see a Desperate Ritual. There should be a Lightning Bolt still there.
Yep.
I think a Manamorphose. So unfortunately...
Well,
nope, another
grape shot.
Oh,
two bolts.
He could wipe
can,
his board right now.
He could wipe his board. I think I would bolt that first.
Yeah.
And then I would bolt...
You could bolt the Fiend Hunter, bolt the Mana Strider.
And then grape shot 2 and 1 upstairs.
That would take care of this board pretty cleanly.
And Chris Gorski only has 1 card in hand.
Looks like this. Yep, take out the Fiend Hunter. He's gonna take out the Mana Strider now.
I mean, you have to get rid of that Champion of the Parish.
Oh yeah, you can't let any more counters get on that guy. If you can kill him this early, then that's definitely something you want to do. And it'll give you so much time to try to find a Gifts Ungiven.
Because I don't know how many Mana Striders are in Chris Gorski's deck.
Probably 4.
Probably 4?
Yeah. It's probably one of the best humans you can have in terms of just the pure aggression.
Now, is it a human insect because it rides a Manus?
I think it's a human wizard.
Human wizard?
Or human monk.
Oh, yeah, because he was Jeskai, so that would make more sense. So we have Storm Count 1 so far.
Yep.
Going into another bolt.
Looks like we're going to bolt the Mana Strider.
I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, you do hit 1 off Chris Gorski's life.
It's a little bit more efficient.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to count damage with a grape shot, any point of damage you can sling at his head is going to be good.
That was the worst thing about playing Storm, was how much math I had to do, and I hated that. Oh, man, I remember that Modern tournament, whenever me and like Bilo and Ryan and all them went down, and there's the grape shot, and I kept going to time playing Storm, because that's back when Birthing Pod. And Birthing Pod, I didn't realize it at first, but that was a horrendous matchup for me. I just couldn't deal with anything. And that's also when Wild Cattle came back. So zoo decks were becoming a thing, and now we don't see Wild Cattle.
Yeah, well, thankfully with the new build with the Gifts Ungiven, not nearly as much math involved in playing Storm right now. In ideal conditions, you're able to just fire off. And not really have to worry about it, because Gifts Ungiven will just find you so many resources with Past in Flames. You don't have to worry about your storm count as much. Unfortunately, we got a Aetherstorm Canonist off the top, which will put a kibosh on Curtis's plans. Man,
Chris Gorski with these rips off the top of the deck when he needs them. But then again, Curtis did just play basically his whole hand.
And I mean, the 5-color Humans deck is chock full of creatures that are very bad for a Gift Storm deck. So,
would you have swung with knowing that your life's at 9? Would you have swung with the Goblin Electromancer and just saved it in case, Canonist was going to attack? Because right now, getting that thing off the board is you need that gone. That just has to be gone. You can't play your deck. That card literally just shuts down Curtis.
Yeah, no, you have to get that Canonist off the board. So I would offer up that trade.
Champion of the Parish, I think.
Not the best as the last card you play, but considering the number of humans that can come off the top of the deck, he can get bigger.
His whole deck is nothing but humans.
Yeah,
that's all the lands that he has in his deck right there, and the rest are just humans.
That is not. Chris would love for that to be true.
Oh.
I should get a counter on.
Oh, a swing for 3. Do you take it or do you block? Oh, he just takes it.
I mean, you have to take it at this point.
Manamorphose. Here we go. What are you going to... Manamorphose at the end of the turn. Interesting.
Yeah, with the Canonist, he has to dig for
that's true. Oh, man.
I think he might
the
be
hand,
dead.
yeah, the hand signal
Yeah.
was that looked like an aggravated draw. Like
He looked very dejected. And there's a Medley Mage off the top.
Oh my God. And you know that there's a grape shot. All right, would you just call lightning bolt on that? Because right now, he's only at 4. You know, lightning bolt is an instant answer to Champion of the Parish.
I would probably name Lightning Bolt. Yeah, definitely Lightning Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And then you swing for 4.
Grape Shot doesn't do anything right now with Canonist on the board. There's the Trump block to keep lethal damage from hitting him. I think this will be his last draw.
I think
step.
this is it,
Yep.
and that's a good game. Chris Gorski, 5-color humans, taking down both 8-rack and Gift Storm.
Yeah.
And we have 4 minutes and some change. So I don't think that we're going to get another game in.
No, we should be done here, unfortunately.
To empty the Warrens.
The Lightning Bolts.
And he also had a Dismember. 3. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Like, you put 3 of those in and you don't see any of them.
Yeah.
But he also didn't get a lot of draw power. Like, there was there was no sleight of hands. There was no Serum Visions.
I think he had like 1 Serum Vision. No ops. Yeah, no real way to draw cards, unfortunately.
Man, Ethersworn Canonist is just
Oh, yeah, no, that card.
Bomb.
That card is a house against Gift Storm. You have to get it off the board.
Well, even against the last, like he put it in too, and it seemed to work because multiple discard spells. Like he put that in, I guess, because he saw the Raven's Crime.
Yeah.
And that stops multiple retraces. Which, it's really nice to play cards from your graveyard. Like, I'm gonna pay a black and discard a land to make you discard a card. I would do that as many times as I possibly could if I was like a hardcore grave deck.
I guess
like Living End.
I guess he didn't bring in the Echoing Truth.
Maybe. Do you think he would have it? I would have it.
Yeah. I guarantee you he has Echoing Truth or Wipe Away in his sideboard. He needs a way to bounce like a Grafter's Cage, Rest in Peace, something. Like any type of non-creature interaction. Oh well. It looks like we should be getting ready for
Ooh. All the cards I couldn't. Oh, is that what he cited out?
Cited out the gifts from given?
Wow. And he cited out a Baral and a Shift Through the Sands. Or Peer Through the Depths. Peer Through Depths. One leads to another, leads to another. There's 3 of those things. Well, we will be right back for your round 3 pairings. So stay tuned. And thanks for watching.